So if you're studying law and you're working full time and you want to get good grades, obviously, I've got 7 tips for you. I went from failing 8 classes when I was in law school to getting 3 HDs in my last semester. In my final year, I was working 2 part-time jobs. When I add up all the hours, they are full-time equivalent. Anyways, if you're new here, I am a lawyer from Melbourne. Content that I post on my blog and on this page is right here. The first one is more of a scheduling tip. This is something that I did when I was balancing studies and work. So honestly, you have no choice but to work around your fixed events. And what I mean by your fixed events are the things you can't really change. So for example, you can't really change what time or what day they offer certain classes. Most of the time, you can't control what time you work. So your studying has to work around those fixed events. Does it mean that you might get less study time compared to someone who doesn't work full time? Yes. But it doesn't have to be a disadvantage. Because the second thing is that it's quality over quantity. You can be studying for 6 hours, you can be studying for 2 hours, but your 2-hour study session is probably much more effective than your 6-hour study session. So it doesn't matter how many hours you study. The question is it actually high quality study? So brings me on to my next point. Your main focus is always going to be on the main grade contributors, which are your assignments and your exams. Basically anything that contributes to your final grades. I'm not saying that it's not really important to do the random homework that they assign you in class or whatever. Not saying that it's not important, but if you want to use your time more wisely, if you are really struggling, or if you are really tight on time, the first thing you need to focus on are the things that actually contribute to your grades. Sometimes you'll just have to question if that random piece of homework will actually help you with your grades, for example, for your exam. The question that I always pose to myself is whether something like, for example, random piece of homework actually helped me understand the concepts better. It won't make that much of a difference. If it's not going to make that much of a difference, then it's not mandatory. If it doesn't contribute my grades, that's when I don't do it. If I do think of something that will actually help me understand it better, actually benefit me, benefit my understanding, and also benefit my understanding for exam, when I would do it. So on a case-by-case basis, it's up to your discretion. It is a really good way to eliminate things that aren't going to make your study session the most quality. So speaking of assignments, it's more of a time management tip, doing a to-do list for each assignment. And how you create a to-do list is you thoroughly review the assessment, the requirements, the rubric, and generate a to-do list based on that. Like everything that you need to do should be able to not only complete the assignment, but complete it to the best ability.